Hello, I am back once again. Excuse me. This is part two of the first video that I just put up a few minutes ago. Get out! Close my door. Part two of where I've been and what I've been up to lately. And I left off with a 15-minute video. I was like, oh, part two. So I left off where I did my first home buyers workshop and got a certificate, saying that I took the class, and I have a second job now at Walmart to help with my bills and things because we need it like really bad. I was trying to do DoorDash, and I started DoorDash when I got my car last year, Labor Day weekend. So within a year, I've been very busy. I got a car. Probably shouldn't have, but I needed the car to get back and forth. Where I live, you kind of need a car because public transportation is not an option for what I need to do in the time frame that I need to do things. So I really needed the car. um, Going through the entrepreneurship classes. Sorry for the noise. I have kids. And I'm babysitting my cousin so she can work. You know, single parents have to stick together. Um, and I'm also doing laundry if you hear a humming sound. So now I just got my certificate a week ago. That was a very interesting class. And that was a very interesting class, very eye opening. And it just keeps confirming that, I am not a traditionalist in most cases and scenarios. Um, I'm very unconventional, and I want things the way that I want it. Um, I just do. So no, I don't want the house with the white picket fence. The two cars in the garage. Even though it will be two cars, and it will be like RV and a pickup truck. Still trying to figure out what I want to do. I know what I want to do, but trying to see which way is gonna work best for me and my family with the situation that I'm in. So the plan is to have work with an engineer and have plans drawn up of my tiny house, have blueprints, and get the whole thing copywritten, so nobody copies it. I don't even know if that's even worth it or whatnot. I'm still doing the research on that. Um, Even though I know a lot of people who don't have any plans and all they have is a drawing. So hold on. That's something else that I am thinking about as well. Do I need actual blueprints or do I just want them just because I want them? So, and then what's cost effective? Is it worth the money to go ahead and have blueprints done? Or is it a waste of money? Because it's not going to be placed on our foundation. So just some little things to think about. Um, if money wasn't an object that was holding me back from what I would like to do, I would buy a Class C, a used Class C RV, um, and I would um, build my tiny house on the RV platform and put my cedar siding on it and have it look like a little cottage on wheels. So that's what I would like to do. I'm still thinking about doing it. However, um, schoolies seem to be very appealing to me. What is this? Somebody has gum all over my hanger that I put clothes on. So, so I do have plans of my tiny house that I believe I showed in a previous video, and those are the plans that I am still trying to get built. And so that's the ultimate plan. Now, I was going to consider moving to North Carolina, and I had a job lined up in North Carolina. Two, as a matter of fact, I went down for Mother's Day. Oh, I'm at 7 minutes. Okay. I went down to North Carolina by myself for Mother's Day for a me, myself, and I trip um, to go on job interviews and to go on job interviews and to go apartment hunting, house hunting. And if any of you live in North Carolina and you live close to the Asheville area, please let me know. Um, yeah, please let me know because from what I've seen from watching Justin Rose and North and South YouTube channels, Asheville and that part of North Carolina is very beautiful. And when I went for Mother's Day, I really enjoyed myself and felt comfortable, and it felt like it was home. And so I was ready to move. One, to get my bakery up and running so I can build my tiny house pretty much anywhere because um, housing restrictions are very lenient and very minimal. So I'll be able to purchase a small plot of land, and that's just an old grease game. Purchase a small plot of land, build my tiny house bakery on it, be able to live out of it, and as I'm living out of it, be able to build a connecting porch as well as a second tiny house that will be dedicated only for my kids. Please, I'm doing a video that's rude and you all need to be quiet. So, that was the plan. I came back from North Carolina, a little discouraged, but still very hopeful and full of faith. And a week before Father's Day, not actually the week of Father's Day weekend, I got callbacks from all of the employers that I had interviewed for, asking me when I can start. And one was actually willing to pay for my moving expenses for me to start the Monday after Father's Day. But my son got accepted into a really good high school where my daughter would also be able to attend. And so I made the decision not to move. So I will not be moving. Then my landlord went up on my rent and only gave me 3 weeks to do a rent increase when they're supposed to give me 30 days. You're supposed to give your tenants 30 days. I was already behind on rent because we had other life events that happened. Like my partner not losing his job, but having a cutback, a major cutback. Probably should have told my landlord we were having some financial difficulties. I did not. I didn't tell my partner I was having financial difficulties, which I was, and I did not. I thought I would take care of it by then. It didn't happen because I wanted to move. So, since I wasn't moving, we only had 3 weeks to get extra money to pay this rent on top of the current rent. I was just stressed. Turned down all 4 jobs, 4 jobs in North Carolina, gave up my property that I was about to close on, put a down payment on in North Carolina, gave that property up to make a big sacrifice for my family to stay up here for 4 more years. And when I got back from North Carolina from Father's Day weekend, just wasn't discouraged, but trying to find other avenues of getting a second job up here. I renewed my application with Walmart.com for Walmart locations up here. And 2 weeks went by, didn't hear anything from anybody, no interviews, no anything. The week of 4th of July, actually July 1st, Monday, July 1st, I got a phone call from Walmart in the surrounding area where I live, asking me if I could come in to do a job interview on July 3rd. I was like, sure. So I went in for my interview. It was actually as I was leaving to go away. So I had to turn around, come back home, prepare for this interview. No. I'm sorry. I was on vacation. That's what it was. I was on vacation, and they actually called me July 3rd. They called me July 3rd, which is the day before the 4th, and I was on my way to North Carolina. So I postponed my travel plans so that I can do the interview. I did the interview, and then from the interview, I made my way down to North Carolina with a job to come back to. Still have my full-time job at the library as a library assistant and an administrative assistant. So now I have 2 jobs that I'll be working starting that following Monday, which was July 8th. Did all my paperwork. My background check came back fine, which I knew wasn't going to be a problem. And I started work that following Saturday, which was this past Saturday. So I've been there officially a week. So the plan now for the future is to use, I know I said it briefly in the previous video, but I'm going to say it again. There's going to be a part 3 to this. All my income from my Walmart job will cover car expenses and to pay off my student loans. And then my main check will cover household expenses. And there's no room for leisure play because you only get a year. The certificate, first home buyer certificate, is only valid for a year. You can apply for an extension if you're not ready to purchase within that year or when the year comes. I probably will be doing that because a year will be July next year. So I'll probably will put in for an extension But the plan is to look for a two-family um, dwelling so that I can convert the first floor into a bakery and and more like a cafe like thing. So when I do tastings, I can do tastings in my own property as opposed to renting space. Um, I will not be selling from my house. It's just to do tastings and to bake. So I can go to the flea markets, which is where I will be selling my cakes. Um, and then the second floor will be my main residency, even though I'll own the whole thing. Um, that I know will pass. I mean, if I put my bedroom on the first floor with the bakery, um, then it looks like I'm living there, and I can add upgraded commercial appliances to meet code to be able to operate a business out of my house because I have severe nut allergies that um, I was introduced to coming back from North Carolina Mother's Day weekend. Um, I already knew I was sensitive to tree nuts, primarily coconut and walnuts, not necessarily almonds. And shea butter. Highly allergic and sensitive. Well, not allergic, but highly sensitive and allergic to coconut, walnut, and shea butter of any type. The nut, the cream, the oil. Can't use any of it. But I came home with hives. I actually posted it on Facebook and Instagram. The reason why I cannot do substitutions and um, I can't do any accommodations when it comes to making anything outside of my menu. So um, part three will cover the process of forming my bakery and the steps that I'll be taking for that, as well as what I'm looking for in property and what type of land I'm looking for. And hopefully it'll be less than 15 minutes. I know I went a little over today. I'm trying to do 15 minutes or less. There's just so much information. Um, but thank you for watching. And in the comments will be my website. Um, if you want to go on my website and um, see my menu, you're more than welcome to do that. And also read the about section to read a little bit about how Marquita's Pound Cakes came about. So again, thank you for watching and have a good day.